It's an honor to be here. My name is Delisle. I'm the CEO of DigiThinkit. We were here last year. It was our first conference. And we were really just getting started with ERPNext last year. So I did a presentation last year from a prototype that we were working on for our first customer of ERPNext. And a year later, we actually finally finished the project and deployed it. So my talk today, we're actually going to have two talks back to back. I'm going to give you a quick talk, some context, overview. Hello? Good? All right. So for some context and overview on what this project was about and some of the technical complexities that we had to figure out. And then it's actually going to be immediately by my partner in crime. This is Felipe Oriana. You can hook up with him on Skype. He's a code monkey on Skype. and he's an incredible code monkey in real life. He's also my co-founder of DigiThinkit and our lead developer. So Felipe is responsible for a lot of the magic that we're going to show you today. So what I wanted this part of the talk to be about, besides the technical and complexity things, was I wanted it to be a little bit of an inspiring talk, especially to either those of you who have been working in ERPNext or for those of you that are brand new to it and you're wondering, well, what can this system really do? Because we, by necessity, had to drive ERPNext very hard to get it to where it is today for our client. So, ERP systems, as you all know, they're not supposed to be techie projects. They're supposed to be tools for businesses to use to do what they need to do. And ERPNext, in my humble opinion, is an incredible tool. So without further ado, I'm going to give you a little tour of what we've done. First, the company. The company is Jerry Harvey Audio. They are the world leader in manufacturing a very specialized product called an in-ear monitor. I actually have one here with me today. So their customers are very demanding customers. The customers at ERPNext, our customers are people like Lady Gaga and Eminem and Madonna and all these famous music artists. If you ever see someone who is wearing something in their ear that looks flat like that on television, they're our customer. So, in fact, I actually have one of my sound engineers and our head of our Nashville office is here in India right now. She arrived a couple days ago because you guys have a big music festival going on here in Mumbai, and she's there speaking at that on behalf of Jerry Harvey Audio. So anyway, the product itself, we primarily have two kinds of products that had to live side by side in a system of ERPNext. One kind of product is a product that we distribute and resell things that are made by other manufacturers like cables and other things. But most of our products are actually bespoke, custom products. So imagine a complex electronic device that has to be built to very exacting specifications for very demanding customers worldwide. And we support a team of about 85 employees at Jerry Harvey Audio. By the way, if you hear me saying we or I, it's because I recently, 3 weeks ago, took over the helm of Jerry Harvey Audio also, in addition to DigiThinkit and my other stuff, and I'm now a Chief Revenue Officer of this company. So Flip, let's take a tour. First of all, I'd like to show you that this is an ERPNext website. If you wondered, thank you. Felipe, can you scroll for me a little bit? It's a fully responsive design. This is all being served out of ERPNext. There's no like piping WordPress in here or something. Every page is being served out of ERPNext. And Flip, can you scale it down so we can see? Am I going to keep doing this if I walk? Yeah. Scale it down so we can see the mobile version. Fully responsive design. Party cool. And And now let's see what else ERPNext is doing for us. I was explaining at lunch, one of the things about that I'm really excited about with this platform is I've been building shopping cart systems going all the way back to 1997, I believe. And I've worked with pretty much all of them, Magento and ZenCart and this thing and that thing. And because of ERPNext underlying this shopping cart, it can do things that none of those other systems are capable of doing, which is very exciting to me. So Flip, we need to go back full screen and let's go order something. So let's go to IEMs. So these products, by the way, are called IEMs. That's an acronym. It stands for in-ear monitor. So the idea is the Beyonce is on stage and she has 100,000 people in a stadium. It's so loud she can't hear herself sing. So they put these in their ears. It has to cut out all sound, but let them only hear their voice or what they want to hear. So here's a list of some of our products. And we did some pretty neat things here. I'm not going to get into all of them because Felipe is going to go over some of them. But this view is every single one of these is an item. It's just an item doc type. And it's being piped up through the template that we built. And they are all filterable by their item groups. So we can look at custom IEMs, or we can look at our set of universal line IEMs, or we can put things in the group clearance, and we can have clearance items showing up on the product page. Okay, but let's go back to customs, and we'll show you a little bit of magic here. Let's pick a Layla. The Layla is our reference quality product, and now what it's going to do. We had a lot of fun dealing with variants in ERPNext because we need a lot of variants. What are we up? Over 400? Over 400 variants on about 5 products. We actually only have 3. We only have 9 base models, but we have over 400 variants on those models. So we're going to now design these ears. So one of the things about our customer base is they like things the way that they like them. And that's a little bit of a challenge because they like to get particular. Someone like Lady Gaga, for example, I think has purchased about 22, 26 sets from us, something like that, for every outfit. So, she gets a new outfit, she gets a new pair of ears for $3,000. Great. Oh, we're ghosting here, Felipe. Oh, it's loading. Okay. So this is actually, this is the final version of the prototype that I showed last year, which was a 3D designer. And you can see it's fully interactive. You can pick the left ear, Felipe. Let's work on the left ear. And now we can pick the components of it. Again, I want to emphasize these are all items within ERPNext. We needed that because some of these choices affect the price. Some of these choices in various combinations affect a different price, a calculated price, which is even another layer of complexity. But Rashad, what's your favorite color? Blue. Let's do a blue shell. Okay, so now we have a blue shell. You like that blue? Okay, all right. Let's make the faceplate transparent, and we'll do blue transparency on the faceplate. And now we can actually see through the model to the innards that are in there. And let's change the fly girl, the artwork. So we're going to switch over to another tab. And Felipe, when he goes through the cart architecture, he'll explain to you how we handled these different tabs and how it's all coming out of ERPNext and how we store it in specialized doc types. Our project, by the way, you guys might see it on the Discuss forums. We started talking about it about a year ago. We call it Awesome Cart or AWC. So if you see AWC, and that's usually our extension for our specific doc types that are used within it. It's a AWC item, for example. So we know it's a specialized item that has to have some extra things. And some design choices we had to make was would we fully extend the item doc type and customize it, or would we create another doc type? And that's one of the choices we had to do for some of the things we needed. And this is really important, I believe, for all the developers in here. You can work within ERPNext, and you can use the guts of it and its API and use it the way it was designed to be used. I know sometimes it seems like a challenge and you just want to go off, out of band and kind of create something on your own and just cobble it together, and then the next update breaks it all. But you can work within the structure if you design it well. Okay, so did you change the art yet? Let's do how about let's do a white now I want you guys to focus on the price, a white oversized fly girl. Ta-da. So it changes dynamically because it's oversized art. But if I go back and I pick a different kind of art, it'll be something else. And the price will go back down. Also, let's go to faceplate. And let's do both on the model. And the cart is even intelligent enough to know which features can go with which other features. So we have whitelisting and blacklisting of items within ERPNext, so that if I go to designer, this is actually a Lady Gaga design. Pick the rhinestones. So now we're going to put rhinestones on the face. Well, if you put physical rhinestones on the face, can you print a logo on top of that? No. So now you'll see if he goes back to art, they're all grayed out. We can't choose artwork. So now, once we have this incredible design, we're going to take it and let's finalize it. By the way, there's much more to this. There's signature designs. There's a lot of other things built into it, but I want to kind of move along. And now we actually need to create a doc type on the fly. Oh, Felipe, damn it, you are.
I am.
All right, well, I'll just tell you something that was also magical about what we've done is that one of the challenges that we had very early on, and actually our original approach when I was here last year sucked, which was automatically generating lots and lots of guest users so that we could manage user sessions better than ERPNext natively manages them. Because we wanted to be able to have a true guest shopping experience, which kind of out of the box you can't really do right now. But we also needed to handle not just guests who we didn't know who they were, but we needed to be able to handle if a guest came, started building their shopping cart, and then when they got to the checkout, they decided to create an account. We've actually built it so that it will take the guest quote and change it to the name of the customer when it turns into the sales order once they've registered. And there is a customer record at that point, because obviously there's no way to do it until that happens. So the entire process is seamless. Go ahead and fill this out, Flip. What he's doing now is he's actually filling out a special doc type that we use called IEM owner. And this is a kind of a specialized contact doc type, primarily because the way these things are built, someone like Adam Levine will literally have an audiologist come to him, squirt silicone into his ear to make a mold of his ear. That mold is shipped to us in Orlando, and we use that to make his in-ear monitors that only fit his ears, so no one else can actually wear them. But more importantly, it seals perfectly inside of his head, so it cuts out about 28 decibels of sound. How are we doing? Is it adding?
Yeah, just go ahead and pop back.
Is it, yeah, good. That was good.
I think I had an item in there. So.
And this is your local version?
No, this is the website.
Oh, this is the website. Okay, great. What you're doing on jhaudio.digitythink? Yeah. Okay. What? No, dude, that's a live site. Don't buy it. What the hell are you doing? No. God, no. Can we switch over to jhaudio.digitythink, please?
Yes.
Holy shit, you just scared me. Anybody want to pitch in for a pair of ears? By the way, one thing that I should have pointed out as this was happening was, so we have tax, right? There's tax you have to deal with. In the United States sucks for sales tax because we have this system, if you don't know, in the United States, we don't have federal sales tax. We have a state level sales tax. So every one of the 50 states gets to enact their own tax laws. and it's great. They all have different tax laws. You might want to move to a place like New Hampshire that has no sales tax. But in Florida, we not only have state sales tax, but then we have the counties have the option of adding an extra little percentage, and every city within a county has the ability to add a little percentage. And guess what? They all do it differently. So we actually tied ERPNext directly to a SaaS platform called TaxJar, and there's a whole company, their whole life, all they do is track the tax rates in every city, in every county, in every state in the United States, and then serve that up to people like us that don't want to deal with that shit. And they do your tax filings for you. Of course, it's even more complex in that we had to deal with the fact that we have nexus in only 3 of those 50 states. So we only need to calculate tax on orders being shipped to those 3 states and not on any of the other ones. So, all right, we're back to staging. You want to just run through and grab a cable or something real quick? So another feature of the shopping cart and the flexibility that it has within ERPNext is when Felipe talks to you about some of the design choices that he made for the cart, a lot of those design choices were actually made because of the ERPNext platform, but also in consideration that maybe this could be a separate thing that would live without ERPNext. So it could do both, but it's very modular. So you can see here, the interface for actually purchasing something is totally different than what it was when you bought a specialized kind of product that you had to do a configurator for. And in this case, all we have to do is pick the quantity because it's just a cable. Pretty easy. And then we have kind of intermediate products in here, which I won't show you, but if you bought just this case, you could buy just this case from Jerry Harvey Audio. And the only choice that you get besides what kind it is you can customize the laser engraving that's engraved on the case, and that goes through a production order and gets queued up in our production system, which I'll share with you. Okay, so what I'd like to show you here is, if you look, you'll see these addresses. These addresses are address doc types. They're just being loaded up out of the customer record because it knows who's logged in, which user's logged in. And it's presenting the shipping addresses that are available under the shipping tab. When we get to the billing tab, it'll present addresses that have been marked as billing. And on the front end, as a user, even as a guest user, I can go ahead and create a new address, or I can edit an address. Live, right here, let's edit an address. Okay, so it just loads up the data from the address doc type into the form field. We can edit it, save it, it'll save it right back to ERPNext, and then we do a little magic with some of the web cache and other things to clear out the old shit that was there so that the new stuff takes precedence. Hello? Oh. Somebody's got a phone call. All right. Good. And let's pick an address. All right, so we pick an address. It runs out to TaxJar. It sends the stream to TaxJar, says, hey, this is the address that they picked. Please tell us what the tax rate is. And the shipping method, which, what happened? Do we not have it connected on staging?
I don't remember actually.
Shit, don't worry about it. Okay, if we were doing this on the live site, which I don't want to buy live products, it's actually also connected to Federal Express. It's fully integrated with Federal Express's API, and we even went through the process of getting the Federal Express certification for it. So when we give it back to the community, it'll actually already be a pre-certified module. Thank you. Thanks. One of the reasons that you want to go through the certification is we wanted within the shipment notes to be able to print the actual FedEx labels in that doc type. And so we do. So the live system, the shipping manager actually just goes in. She's got a queue of delivery notes that she has to create shipment notes for. She goes through each one. It's already pre-populated. It already knows it's their account with FedEx. They have special rates with FedEx. And it prints FedEx certified labels right out of the system, out of ERPNext. She just slaps them on the box and off they go. Okay? What's that? With barcodes for FedEx, yes. Yes, it prints the FedEx actually provides an API for providing spitting out the barcode and the label itself. It's actually basically what the certification process is. You don't have to be certified to connect to FedEx and ask for rates and things. They make you go through the certification process because they have to make sure that the labels that you actually print out of whatever system will work. So they take them, they physically scan them, make sure that the system is printing out the test labels correctly. Okay, so here's something really special you guys will probably be interested in. Can anybody tell me how many gateways ERPNext supports, payment gateways? Anybody? 3, 2, 5, 30? Rashab, how many payment gateways can you use at a single time in ERPNext? Really? The answer's 1. The answer's 1. It's actually a hard restriction within ERPNext where you can't actually let multiple payment gateways live side by side at the same time when the system loads the website and you're trying to check out. So when did that start? Always? 9? We're on 9 now. Yeah. Really? What was our problem?
Well, the customer themselves can't choose.
Can the customer choose?
You have to pick for them. Huh?
Oh.
Right.
I see. I see. Okay. I see. I got it. And the difference here, Felipe?
You can pick. There's no two. Well, it's the UI part.
Right. So here we go. We have PayPal and Authorize.net integrated. And you want to check out? Actually, no, don't check out. Can you? What account are you using, Felipe?
Mine.
Do you have permissions to set yourself for Bill Me?
I do not. I can set it up, I believe.
Oh well, yeah, just
go for it.
Yeah, go for it. So one of the other features that we'd like to show you is that as I was talking about extending a shopping cart with the power of ERPNext, one of the things that you can do, because there's the accounting module built in, and because you have the customer doc type and you can know things about the customer group and things like that, this system now is able to tell when a user logs in if they're Disney or NBC Universal or Madonna or just Eric Delisle that they have no idea who I am and I'm just going to buy some ears. Well, the difference between me and Disney, pretty big difference, is that I can't command terms, but Disney can. So Disney has credit terms in the system, and in their customer record, we can store those credit terms, and only with a system user that has privileges to do it, we can go into the customer record, and we can actually enable a Bill Me option. That Bill Me option then will provide an extra gateway in the shopping cart. So that extra gateway that shows up is a Bill Me gateway. And all that does is it sets off the process of basically using ERPNext the way you would if you didn't have a shopping cart, if that makes sense. There it is, see? So now that he's back in there, it's there. Another thing I'd like to show you, Flip, can you go back to the back end? And do you have system user? Oh yeah, good. Can you pull up your quote? Your quote right there. Yeah, perfect. So the shopping cart session itself is a naturally saved shopping cart because we just start generating a quote, and anything that gets added to or removed from it, it just changes the quote as if you were doing a quote in the back end. So the beauty of that is we have our customer service agents who sometimes get a phone call from one of these famous people who don't want to be bothered with going to any website to do anything because they're Lady Gaga. And can't you just order it for me? Okay, another feature. So what we had to be able to do was we had to be able to let a system user within inside the company that has permissions to do it actually order as Lady Gaga under her account, her ERPNext account, And one of the side effects of that is that as she builds a shopping cart, which is building a quote in the back end, now the business manager for Lady Gaga can actually log in wherever they are, and when they do, it'll load the shopping cart from the quote. And they can review it, see what was put in there, and approve it, not approve it. They can continue on themselves. So it actually becomes a very multi-user environment where we can share this, and that extends to dealers and distributors also. So it became very, very, very flexible system. And then we had another crazy request, which was, wait a second, I'm a monitor engineer, and my job is to provide sound in the ears of Justin Bieber and Britney Spears and some other artist. And so these monitor engineers will actually work for many of our customers. And sometimes they are the ones that have to make the buying decisions. So we needed a way for a non-system user to be able to shop for a different customer without giving credentials and keeping it safe and without them being able to do lots of other things. And can we do that with that user? Well, you can actually. You just add Felipe contact to another customer, and then it'll activate it. Because you have it for you, just pick any other customer in there. Huh?
Elvis?
Yeah, do Elvis.
Just go set it up.
When we were testing the system, we needed demo users, so we just used a bunch of dead artists, so they weren't confused with our live customers. So if you see me pulling up, ordering for Elvis or somebody like that. That's right. That's right. Elvis never left the building. Here we go. Okay, so Elvis Presley. And so what we're going to do here, now you're going to see we've extended the doc type a little bit. New contact. And so as we add a new contact, now that's a native feature, there's nothing special about that. But when we add a new contact, we have this option in the contact record where we can say, can order for the customer. So kind of like you would have a primary contact, this is a primary contact with extra superpowers. Flip, are you gonna do something? he was daydreaming about something. What are you doing?
You want me to set up me?
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. Yeah. So of course it already could search the contact stock types. It matched his email address, and it knew to automatically link his contact record. Holy crap! It knew to automatically link his contact record, of course, with the customer record, and now he's enabled the thingamabobber. And when he switches over to his user in your shopping cart tab, did you already enable it as can order for under the customer or no?
I believe so.
Oh, do you have to add them?
Oh, so I set up Elvis to order for me. That's what happened.
Oh, okay, you did it backwards. I was just saying, yeah, make you order for Elvis. Okay, well, anyway, I'm not going to show you that feature. It works, trust me. Yeah, let's move on. So the point is, and this is kind of the point that I'm trying to drive, and I could spend 2 hours talking to you about features and blah, blah, blah. But what I wanted to really give a view of today is, this thing is working as natively with ERPNext as possible. It's pretty much surviving upgrades pretty well. Not a ton of work to do to deal with some of that stuff, and you guys can do it too. I mean, it's all possible to do within this system. Just a little bit of elbow grease, if you will. Thank you very much.